Good afternoon, CY. This is Dr. Lotus Weiss calling. I hope this message reaches you. I've been actually leaving you messages at this number, and I also have been sending text messages to you. I want to kind of summarize this to you what has been happening here at the current office site where also I reside in Seattle. I've been here since July 18th, as I reported to you before. And I've been doing my nonprofit organization work. And currently want to report back to you officially as a local Falun Dafa practitioner that, I started to experience a hidden hate crime in the current site. And this entire incident manifests the same pattern of CCP infiltrates as I have been experiencing throughout my journey of the past 18 years. So basically on September 4th, my office, when I was going downstairs to do some cooking, when I returned, and then eventually I recognized that three items are selectively missing. Potentially another phone. I think now I'm pretty sure another phone also is missing. So should be four items are missing. So one is the 24K gold Falun pendant from Shenyang store. The other is the Lotus fairies earrings and necklaces from Shenyang store. And the third one is most alarming, which is the phone that I use to record meetings of the Whole Elephant Institute is selectively missing, leaving behind a more expensive phone. Okay, so with that, occurred, I started to recognize that there is someone who selectively coming into this office and take away items that are relevant to the Whole Elephant Institute work, and I have all the reason to suspect that according to what actually already happened in this office of sudden, strange, forceful, want to vacate us by the current regional manager of TripleLink. This company, the founder is a Chinese man, and he was a undergraduate student in California, and as soon as he graduated, he yeah, hi CY. So Mr. Dong Hao Lee, right after his college graduation, he actually was able to raise a huge amount of resource, 10 million and more, and formed this company called TripleLink. And the website doesn't have any detailed information about normal large companies operation. And so one of our board member, Mr. John Dickinson, immediately said that this is CCP infiltrates, and asked me to run. I said I'm not going to run. I'm going to help this company's people to recognize that CCP is a evil specter, and the people who are living in America should not be kidnapped by the CCP evil spirit, including Mr. Dong Hao Lee. Most likely he had a wonderful idea and a dream, want to do something good for the overseas, immigrant Chinese students like himself, but CCP most likely targeted him and kidnapped him, and right now most likely he needs help. So this is my philosophy. I believe that TripleLink has a great dream and a mission, and I want Mr. Dong Hao Lee's dream to truly be fulfilled, and I want to help Ms. Dong Hao Lee to say no to CCP evil spirit. I want all the people working in TripleLink to recognize that CCP is the devil and say no to it, and totally become true good business people here in America and work with American people and do everything follow the law, and to contribute to the greatness of America, and also contribute to the ongoing efforts to make China a CCP-free true nation of China, with traditional culture of 5,000 years of splendor. So that's my commitment, and I will continue to work with everybody here in TripleLink who I consider to be my children, my people. And I want them to just understand that, CCP is a devil, and don't follow the CCP operational mode, and don't carry out illegal activities, and let's work together. Let's turn bad things into good. For me, I brought all those items to Washington State. In every regard, it's a gift to Washington State people. I bought the 24K gold, Falun pendant to safeguard the future of Washington State. I bought the Lotus earring and Lotus necklace for the Whole Elephant Institute to introduce the beauty of Shenyun to the Washington State people.
The Google subscriber you have called is not available. Please leave a message after the tone.
Yeah, CY, I also want to let you know, in my heart, I always remember how wonderful the fellow Falun Dafa practitioners in Seattle, how compassionate my fellow practitioners in Seattle, every single one of local Falun Dafa practitioners, I feel that, that's my family. That's my whole body. I'm a particle of the whole body. And I never, in my heart, I never left Seattle, Washington for one moment. Throughout my 18 years, I always keep in close touch with Seattle practitioners, like Pearl, like Tantron, like Aisha, like Masuma, like Genevieve, like David, like Dr. Zhen, and Ruby, and Tony, and their beautiful daughter Yuming, and like you, and like your wife Wang Tai Tai, and your beautiful children Maxine, and also Shirley, Michael, Yiyun, right? I still remember every one of them, especially Larry, Zhiping, Yangfen, Sandra, right? And also new practitioner, the Seattle new practitioners. I met some like from Ocas Island, right? George, I believe. So I came back to Seattle every time when Shenyun came back to Seattle, and I came back to try to connect with Seattle practitioners to work together to eliminate CCP infiltration in Washington State. I've been communicating with Seattle practitioners about why I left Washington State, what I've been doing in New York, about the Whole Elephant Institute, and I also even communicated with Zhiping regarding a new practitioner from Changchun City, Mr. Tim Zhang, and Pearl and Zhiping kindly helped me to host this new practitioner, Tim Zhang, in Seattle, and allowed him to attend the FA conference and to participate in local Falun Dafa practitioners get together and to study the FA and to do the Falun Dafa exercises. So in my view, I always have been present in the Seattle Falun Dafa practitioners community in the past 18 years, and I've been the particle of Dafa in Seattle. And
Goodbye. The Google subscriber you have called is not available. Please leave a message after the tone.
So CY, I also want to say that we have suffered a lot of persecution in Seattle, Washington. I know on the surface, the practitioners as if they just passed away due to some kind of physical health issues, which is we as cultivators, we know that this it's all due to, persecution in other dimension. And so modern science right now, they ignore, this kind of true science of true human body life science, but, the Chinese ancient science of, like Chinese medicine and Qigong, all know that, people actually can be subjected to attack of evil spirits. And I do believe that this is the fundamental cause of all my beloved respected fellow practitioners in Seattle who have passed away in the past 18 years. And I believe that this is a sign that, the CCP evil spirits infiltrated into Washington State and directly, persecuted fellow practitioners to death. And this has to be, looked at in a very open way. And a lot of practitioners have the notion of fear, attachment to fear, and when the practitioner are persecuted to death in America, in Seattle, in Washington State, the local practitioners even are afraid to talk about it. They consider, Falun Dafa is supposed to bring total health to people, and a practitioner died from cancer, died from a heart problem, died from this and that diseases. It's a shame. It is all due to that practitioner didn't do well enough, and therefore, died from illness, karma, sickness, and it's actually bad for the Falun Dafa reputation. We hide it. We don't want to talk about it. I think it's wrong. I think just like practitioners are persecuted to death in mainland China, Falun Dafa practitioners persecuted to death in America in the formality of so-called diseases really needs to be thoroughly investigated, exposed, and to reveal what is the true cause of those death cases and so-called cancer. I think most of them were, the fake phenomena, and the modern science and the people, the doctors involved, they also failed to do the correct diagnosis, and they actually, indirectly participate in the persecution of fellow practitioners. And I think that needs to be thoroughly revealed to the world people. And the entire paradigm of modern science really needs to be, rectified and upgraded.
Goodbye.